My daily routine for maximum productivity. Hey, I'm Chucky, co-founder of Club EarlyBird, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you my dialed-in daily routine that's helped me maximize my productivity and grow my brand from 0 to millions. I've spent the better part of the last 10 years obsessing over productivity. What habits work and what habits are bullshit. It's an evolving routine that has changed so much over the last few years and will continue to change over the next few years. It's allowed me to be ultra productive and build my e-commerce brand from nothing to multiple millions while also running another business. My goal for this video isn't to brag about my daily routine, and it isn't to push you to do all the different habits I do. My goal is that maybe you see one thing that resonates with you and you can apply that one thing. By doing that over and over, taking one habit from this guy and one habit from this girl and one habit from this book and so on, eventually you'll have your own dialed-in routine. Maybe you already do and you're just looking for the next thing. So that's my goal, to spark at least one idea in your head that will help you day in and day out. I won't go into crazy detail about each thing because this video would drag on for hours, but instead I'll simply lay out the habits, and if something stands out, you can go deeper on that. Some habits, I already have done that deep analysis in other videos, and for those, I'll link to them below. Also, this is my ideal daily routine, but that doesn't mean every day does look like this. Some days, shit happens, that's life. This is the routine on my ideal days, my days of max productivity. I'm happy if I can get 3 days a week to look like this, a couple days a week with a majority of these habits, and on the weekends, it's less than half of these habits. Either way, it's an evolving routine that I'm hoping will spark some ideas for you. So let's get shit done. First things first, I wake up at 6 a.m. The time doesn't usually change too much during the week. I try hard to stick to that time so that my body clock knows exactly when to wake me up. I don't mean to plug my own brand here, but it is the first thing I do every morning. My alarm goes off and I grab my EarlyBird morning cocktail off my nightstand. I give it a good shake and start drinking. Long story short, my wife and I developed this product after years of experimenting with different ingredients to consume first thing in the morning. We knew we needed something because you wake up super dehydrated. You've lost over a pound of water overnight. So we tested what ingredients could you add to this drink that we call our morning cocktail. It makes it easily resist the snooze and instantly give me clean energy, hydration through electrolytes, and increased motivation through nootropics. I take a few sips to get me going, then drink throughout my morning routine. That leads me into the second thing. The next thing I do is activate my circadian rhythm, also known as your body clock. I do this by turning up the heat in the house from 65 to 75. I know, I'm sorry HVAC people. Then I turn on all the lights and my wake up playlist. All of this signals to my body that it's wake up time. Let's get it. Then I'll whip out my yoga mat. Typically I do this outside to get the fresh air, but it depends on the weather. I'll sit on this yoga mat for the next 20 to 30 minutes doing the next two habits. The first is journaling, also known as my mind dump. For the most part, I'm filling up a piece of paper with whatever's on my mind. Typically, I'm thinking, what do I need to do today? And the answer to that question always needs to be a needle-moving task. Not little things that need to be checked off, but things that will take us to the next level. I'm thinking big, but I'm also never thinking too far out. I'm planning for things that move the needle, but I'm only planning my day to do the next step. For me, anytime I think too far in advance, I get super overwhelmed and then the anxiety kicks in. So I'm thinking, what is the next step that I can do today? I go deeper on the exact steps in the journaling technique in a different video, which I'll link to below. The next thing, I'm going into my stretching routine. This wakes up my body, moving my muscles, increasing blood flow. I'll spend about 15 to 20 minutes stretching, which is actually my second favorite part of the day. Any stretches are fine, but if you want to follow along with my stretching routine, I'll also link to that below. Next, my beautiful wife is up and about and we're ready to go to the gym. We'll drive to the gym, often talking about the needle moving tasks that I wrote about. Then we'll get to the gym and I'll lift anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. After lifting, we hit the sauna, which is my #1 favorite part of the day. We'll spend 30 minutes in the sauna, which has a host of benefits both physically and mentally. And we drive back home to shower, clean up, get ready to execute. But until this point, it's extremely scripted. This is exactly what I do. 0 decisions to be made. I'm a big believer in decision fatigue, the theory that every decision you make drains your decision fatigue battery. After a certain amount of decisions, you're drained. It doesn't mean you can't make decisions after you're drained, but those decisions are less likely to be good ones. So, I save my decision fatigue for my important tasks and keep my morning routine on autopilot. Now that I don't stink, I can go to my workstation. I run an e-commerce business, so for me that means getting on my laptop or computer, which is definitely not as glamorous as people make it out to be. It can be stressful, it can be exhausting. When I'm here, I'm once again focused on needle-moving tasks. Many times, there are fires to be put out. Those need to be put out quickly. I don't want them to take up too much of my time. To get into productive mode, I do a couple things. First, I put on my headphones and I turn on my binaural beats. These are beats that play different sounds in each ear, then your brain makes a third beat from combining them. Why it works? I don't exactly know, but it works really good for me. My brain knows it's go time. The second thing I do is I eliminate distractions. Notifications can suck an incredible amount of time, so I turn them off. Do not disturb is your best friend here, especially for creative, deep work, which is exactly the type of work you want to be doing during this time. Then I work. Minimal distractions, just going. There's not too much to it. I just focus on getting shit done. One thing you might notice is that I haven't ate. For me, even the healthiest meal slows me down. I think clearer and perform better in an intermittent fasted state. Once it's around noon to 1 p.m., I'll take a break and get a bit of calories. Usually this is a protein shake or anything that's high protein, high fat, and low carb. Avoiding sugar and bread, which will slow me down. That's a personal thing. You might be different. From there, my wife and I get outside. We need to get back in the sun, so we take a walk around 2 miles. It's not really an exercise, it's just about getting the blood flowing and get my body moving. This is huge for preventing an afternoon slump. We'll talk about all kinds of things, usually in business, and again, needle-moving decisions. Before we continue with my daily routine for maximum productivity, I'd be extremely grateful if you could hit the like button and maybe even subscribe if you like what you see. Also, comment below which of these tips you're currently doing and which you'd like to start doing. After that, we're back from our 2-mile walk and it's back to the headphones and getting shit done. It's a bit of a grind and that's okay. I actually enjoy it. Seeing the progress we're able to make day in and day out makes it super fun. We'll work with mini breaks until about 5 to 6 p.m. and that's when the work day ends and we'll flip that switch off, or at least we try to. One of the hardest things for me is just chill, turning off work mode, but something I'm working on. We'll now make some dinner, watch a show or movie and relax. All the pressure off at this point. I haven't ate too much to this point other than maybe a midday protein shake, so dinner is massive. I basically eat from 5 to 8 p.m. nonstop. Not saying this is what you should do, but it is what works for me to maximize my productivity. Now, it's time to prepare for sleep. We love sleep, and we've been slightly obsessed with maximizing sleep quality. First, we'll turn the house down to 66 degrees. We found that to be the best temperature for us to sleep in. Your sleeping temperature should always be lower than your regular house temperature. Around 8 p.m., we'll drink our EarlyBird nightcap. Another unintended plug, but that's what we do. Nightcap is a honey lemon Long Island drink that provides the 6 ingredients you need to maximize sleep quality, to maximize REM and deep sleep. We'll sip on that for a bit and then off to bed. We keep it as dark as possible and switch on the white noise machine. Those 2 things eliminate the top 2 reasons you wake up throughout the night: light and noise. So a white noise machine and pure darkness are super important for us. Then we pass out and start it all over the next morning. If you'd like to learn more about the Early Bird Morning Cocktail, my cheat code to easily waking up early, just hit the link below and you'll be taken to a page to learn all about it. Right now, you can get a 45 serving tub and get a free Early Bird cocktail shaker cup, our free ebook, The Early Bird Morning Routine, and we'll get it delivered to you within 3 days. I hope you were able to grab at least one nugget to apply to your own daily routine. Till next time, peace. When you wake up in the morning, you're super dehydrated. You lose over a pound of water overnight. This makes it super hard to wake up in the morning.
We've always wanted that ability to easily wake up early and get shit done.
The Early Bird Morning Cocktail is your secret to waking up early and being ultra productive, setting you up for a kick-ass day.